So here's an exercise for you. This is an art exercise. Look around the house and find something that you just could dispense with, easily dispense with. You just don't need it. I don't care if it's a watering can or a used, no, I can't say used battery. They won't say, they won't let you put a used battery up on there, but you know, an old pair of shoelaces, or maybe a toaster that has never worked properly, but it's, you know, your grandpa gave it to you, your grandma gave it to you. Look around the house and find some, and just put a little heap. Get a table, about a 5-foot table, folding table, you know, the plastic folding tables, the little white plastic folding tables, you know what I mean? With the folding legs, you know, kind of picnic table, right? Kmart kind of table, about $39.95 kind of table. 5 feet, 5 feet, no bigger. Fill that table with things neatly organized on the table, not just dumped, please. Neatly organized on the table, but some room between them, not a lot, but some room between them, so it's not a crowded table. It's a 5-foot table by about 2.5 feet. So 2.5 by 5 feet, 30 inches by 48 inches, something like that. Now, that is going to come up to about 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 items, maybe as many as 15 or 20 if they're small, okay? Doesn't matter what they're worth. It doesn't matter what they're worth. Now, you can't put some used items on eBay. You have to find out what those items are that you can't put there. But I'm hoping you can find some things around your house that aren't like a used sock, you know, or, you know, something like that, or you know, a box full of jockey shorts, and then you know. Come on, you know, be a little more imaginative than that, a little more creative than that, a little bit more elegant than that. So look around the garage, look around the house, look around your apartment, look around your suitcase, whatever. Look around and see things in your house that you could dispense with. It's okay to dispense with. 5 items is good. If you can find 10, make it 10 items. If you can find 15 and they fit on the table, make it 15. If they do not fit on the table, don't make it 15. Only what fits on the table gets to go in this particular lot, it's called. Now, examine each item. See what it is. Can you identify the item in any way, shape, or form? Can you name it? Does it have a name? Does it have a... If you looked online, would you find one of those? Do you know how to find one of those things that's on your table? Do you know what it's called? Do you know what it is? More importantly, do you know what it's worth? Until you know what it is, you can't possibly know what it's worth. And in order to know what it's worth, you have to find out, first of all, what it's called. Find out how much it's worth in general. That's the top and bottom range. And then figure out from the condition that your item is in where yours belongs in the price list, in the price range. Okay? So if it's... And that means you have to learn conditions of things. What is fair? What is good? What is fine? What is extra fine, and what is mint? Those are very specific legal definitions, and you need to learn those. It's not that hard to learn. It's not that hard to learn. Do you ever learn your license plate number? I mean, not your license plate, your driver's license number. Do you know that number by heart? You should. If you were in the military service, you had to know and be able to recite instantaneously without flinching, without question, your doggy number, dog tag number. In fact, I had a friend who changed his branch of service, and therefore he had to learn a new military ID. It took up most of his day for a month. Poor guy. Luckily, he went into the Army, so his lack of intelligence was noticeable. I'm going to get letters from Army people for that one. Okay, I never knew how lousy my mother's cooking was until I went into the Army. Do you get it? When I tasted Army food, it tasted good compared to my mother's food. I think it's a funny idea. I just don't think it's worth actually having lived through it to tell the joke. Was your mother a lousy cook? Was your mother a lousy cook? She was a good cook? Your mother a good cook? Was your mother a good cook?
Yeah, she could cook 2 things.
We could do is set up, if each one of you, first of all, I think that was a point, Yanesh made this point, if I had put up that American Book of the Dead book, there wouldn't have been bought, not from me. First of all, you have to have seller's luck. It's called eBay luck. You have to have it. If you don't have it, people sense it. They'll have this the same piece, same item. There's 3 of them up for sale or 5 of them up for sale. They're all exactly the same price, $11.41. Somehow, they'll pick yours or yours. Why? Because somehow the magnet is there for that. If your ad, if your listing also has school ideas in it, work ideas in it, it's a way of saying hello. It's just a way of expanding your net and saying hello. So I don't resist the urge there, the impulse, to spice up my listings with exhortations, and so forth, and little hints and flurries of stuff, glimmerings of truth. But do you realize 90%, maybe more than 90% of what I put up on those 500-something ads, listings, I got all the material online. And what's more, I don't have a lot of, even though I'm supposed to, I wrote those books or I did this. How do I, you write a couple of 100 books and keep track of which is what.